Hello guys and welcome. Today let's talk a little bit about this beautiful country called Jamaica. Jamaica is one of the 13 countries that form the insular American Antilles or islands of the Caribbean Sea, and it is one of the 35 of the American continent. It is 630 kilometers from the Central America, which is to the west, 150 kilometers from Cuba, which is to the north, and 180 kilometers from the island of Hispaniola, in which is to the east. Its capital and most populated city is Kingston. It was in Spanish possession between 1494 and 1655 when it was invaded by English troops. Then it became an English possession and later a British colony known as Jamaica. The island achieved its independence on August 6 in 1962 with 2.8 million of people. It is the third most popular English-speaking country in America after the United States and Canada. The first inhabitants of the island were the Arabic and the Taino, who arrived between 1000 and 400 BCC. They stayed on the island until the arrival of the British. Jamaica was a Spanish possession after Christopher Columbus arrived on the island in 1494. The expedition came from Cuba and La Española. The expeditionaries were disappointed when, upon arriving in Jamaica, they discovered that on the island was no gold. Christopher Columbus was the admiral and the governor of the island until his return. The end of the Spanish control came after several attacks by buccaneers, English troops, and pirates. Jamaica was the only large territory ceded to England. In the English domain, the English attacked the island in 1596, and after several attacks, they took over the island. In its first 200 years of British rule, Jamaica became the largest sugar exporter in the world, producing tons a year. This productivity will never have been achieved without the slave labor brought in from Africa. After a series of revolts, slavery was officially abolished in 1834. In the 20th century, Jamaica became independent from the United Kingdom. On August 6, 1962, Jamaica achieved its independence. The Jamaican dollar has been the currency of Jamaica since 1969. Jamaica is an important regional tourist center. Its economy also focuses on the production of sugar and bauxite extraction. We must add to this activity the business that was created around the image of Bob Marley, not only for reggae music but also for tourism. The agricultural activities are dedicated to the cultivation of products to export, such as coffee, tobacco, banana, and sugarcane. And among the industrial activities, we have the manufacturing of cement, the fertilizers, the petroleum derivatives, and the textile industry. Likewise, the commercialization of marijuana is a great income in the country. Nowadays, the self-cultivation of this plant is allowed in the country. The island is mainly composed by mountainous terrain surrounded by a small strip of coastline. The cities are established in the coastal plain. The climate in Jamaica is tropical. It is usually warm and humid, although in the mountainous areas it can be somewhat cooler. Despite its situation in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, it does not suffer hurricanes as often as its neighboring islands. This is due to their mountains. Some areas of Jamaica, particularly cities such as Montego Bay, Spanish Town, and Kingston, experience high levels of crime and violence. Jamaica has had one of the highest murder rates in the world for many years. There has been a vast reduction of violence against LGBT individuals in Jamaica. The US reported that brutality against LGBT people mainly by private citizens. It is important to mention that in Jamaica, homosexuality is not a crime. By 2016, Jamaica has an estimated population of 2,970,340 inhabitants. The 92% of the population is black, and the 8 remaining is composed by white, Asians, and mulattoes. The official language is English, although the most spoken language is the Jamaican Patois, that is an English-based Creole language. The Jamaican culture is a product of a mixture of cultures that settled on the island. It was mainly confirmed by the Taínos, the Spanish colonizers, the English evangelizers, and the black people, and also the communities of Hindus and Chinese. Jamaica was known for its culture and music. The most popular music was reggae and all its different styles, mainly released by the Jamaican Bob Marley. Talking about culture and society, there are some taboos. For example, prostitution, abortion, women who smoke, homosexuals, men who wear earrings, people who have tattoos. And talking about religion, non-Christians or atheism are seen as a taboo by Jamaicans. The Jamaican way of cooking is largely influenced by other cultures, the Asian, the Africans, the British, and the Spanish. There are some popular foods like jerk, empanadas, bami breadfruit, roasted yellow jam, roast, curried goat, and some others. The most famous athlete in the country is Usain Bolt, with the worst record in 100 meters with a time of 9.58 seconds, and the record 200 meters with a time of 19.90 seconds. In 2008, he won gold medals at the Olympic Games in Beijing, and he also competed in several World Championships. Cricket is a popular game in Jamaica. Also, it is important to mention that several Jamaican basketball players have played in the NBA. The novel Derek Walcott was born and raised in Santa Lucia, but he attended school in Jamaica. There are others well-known writers such as Claude McKay and Louis Simpson. Especially interesting are the books written in Jamaican English or Patois. Andrew Solcase, Michael Smith, and Louis Bennett have contributed to this side of writing in Patois. Also, Ian Fleming wrote his famous James Bond novels while living in Jamaica. Jean Rhys is known for her renowned novel of Why Sagrago Sea, which is set in Jamaica. Jamaican writers have always had the dilemma of whether of writing in English for a large world audience or writing in Patois dialects for a smaller but exclusive audience. Jamaica is a truly paradisaic island whose landscapes are made of white beaches and green mountains. All these attractions make Jamaica an unforgettable destination. For those who want to know the cradle of reggae, they should visit Kingston, that is the capital of Jamaica. There you can find the Bob Marley Museum, the National Gallery, and the Devon's House. On the other hand, we have Montego Bay, that is a city characterized by beautiful beaches, coral reefs, and aquamarine lagoons. During the trip, it is possible to come across two interesting places such as Bob Marley Experience, that is a tribute to the Jamaican singer, and the Croydon in the Mountains, that is a plantation where Samuel Sharp was born, that he was a slave turned into a hero. And finally, we have Negril, that is a city that was founded by hippies, and that makes the ideal place for enjoying beaches and relaxation provided by the view of the landscapes. Well guys, that was all. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. Thank you for watching. See you next time.